Well, good news is that my Eternia playset's coming along nicely. There's the weapons, there's the attack track, there's Ninjor. Okay, let's move on to cartoons. We are back. This is the Kids WB from 98 to 2003. It's going to be very fast forwardy here. We're not going to dwell too much time on this, and then we'll do some game commercials. I want to address something really quick. As far as my last short, I don't apologize. There are some things I have never seen before. I have always seen conveyor belts conveyor belts have been around since when? Egyptian times? I mean, you had the perpetual motion device, a corkscrew that could pull water out of a boat. Okay, so we can invent things, but it takes a lot of money. And I live in East Los Angeles, so to see something like that in East Los Angeles, where it's mostly Hispanic, Mexican derived, you have to have a lot of money to hire workers to hire a machine like that out. That costs a lot of money. So, pardon me if I have never seen this before in this manner, in this way, lifting up roof shingles and other tools that are needed to put the shingles in place, because obviously that's what anyone would do. So, no, I don't apologize. I know the difference between somebody having an honest opinion and when people are trolling. When it came to my dirty kitchen, okay, because my kitchen is a mess, right? There's nothing I could say. I get what I deserve. You take your lumps. That's part of being a man, is taking your lumps when you're wrong about something. But when I have an honest to genuine reaction to something that I've never seen in my entire life, in my 45 years, no, I'm not going to play slave. And I'm going to say this right now, just in case YouTube deletes that comment off my own channel. I'm not going to play mojado, wetback slave to anybody's bullshit, okay? If you don't like my channel, there's, like Tom Likas once said, there's 81 other radio stations out there. You can go listen to those. You can go watch other channels. I'm sure if other people who have 2 million followers pointed out something that they've never seen before, even though you have already seen it, you wouldn't be giving them shit. So why are you giving me shit? Yeah? That's why I hate humanity most of the time. If humanity is not throwing spitwads at me in high school or trying to step on me in nursery school or laugh at me for existing, they're trolling me on the internet. And sometimes, a lot of times, usually it's something I haven't even done wrong. Barack Obama, Tom Cruise, Christian Bale, Martin Scorsese, Jackie Chan, great people. There are things that even they haven't seen that they see for the first time. There are things they have never seen for all their great power and wealth. Brad Pitt. I mean, what are you going to do? Okay? Let me enjoy my innocent youth of seeing something that I had never seen before, which is taking a conveyor belt to put things on a roof of a typical house in East Los Angeles. Okay, so fuck off. All right. Rant is over. Let us move on to Kids WB. So, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a series of things, and I'll go through these pretty quickly. Okay, so then we'll do some game commercials, and that'll be it. We have about 6 more weeks, not 6 more weeks of winter, maybe 6 more weeks of summer weather. And we're going to look at 2004, 2005, and 07, 08 season. Then we'll get into the CW Vortex. Then what cartoons I saw in the last couple of years, like 2015, 2016. Then we'll do a big old epilogue of what life is like now without those cartoons. But for now, let's try to live in that moment. Oh, no, next week is the Fox Box. I'm going to try to see if I can get the Fox Boxes to work because I got that in the mail, but we'll get into that later. Let's go to the first cartoon.
Trust you, you was born different. I almost made a awful mistake. But how do I know you're not gonna pull a fast one on me? Hmm? You're right. We do have a lot in common. I wanna be the very best. Like no one ever was.
Oh my god. This is the elephant in the room cartoon that we had to talk about. Pokemon. This is the Master Trainer board game that I bought like maybe 2 years ago. I like this one. I never got it as I was in my late teens, early 20s, so I was about 20 when this cartoon came out. Now, Pokemon, called Pocket Monsters in Japan, debuted in '95, and I didn't know much about the manga, but At the same time, Red and Blue came out on the Game Boy. This cartoon came out. And the cartoon was so great. I mean, the cards that came out, it started a phenomena. Just when you thought like Pac-Man Fever was come and gone, Frogger and Donkey Kong Jr. and Cubert, and then came the Super Mario Brothers and Princess Zelda, or The Legend of Zelda, and Mega Man. And okay, well, these cartoons are great. They come and go. This really started something. I mean, collecting things. I mean, in some ways, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory predicted the future, where everybody was obsessed with collecting something. Instead of chocolate bars and golden tickets, it was about 150 monsters. And then it would grow to Generation 2, Generation 3, and 4, 5. And now we have like 20,000 games and cheap mobile games, Android games. We have board games. We have toys. We have the card game. I have a lot of the card set. Most of you have been on TikTok. You've seen my set. Okay. This game is cool. Okay. You don't even need that much in the way of like Game Boy games. It simulates like, as far as the game itself, it simulates, hold on. I'm showing you all my Sharps box. Yeah. I mean, it simulates the game very well. I'm dropping things. But yeah, so there were so many episodes. And it basically was about, you had Ash Ketchum. He started out with the Pikachu, and then he would go on journeys, and he would meet Brock and Misty. They had their own. Brock had Geodude. Misty had Psyduck. And I remember that Golduck episode where Golduck was just like, like she thought Psyduck evolved into Golduck. And you had Meowth and Meowth and the Team Rocket, and the voice actors won't do their voices outside of getting paid, but it was just like, I mean, some voice actors have fun playing those characters just for fun, but Veronica Taylor, who did does April O'Neil in the games. I mean, she was the genuine thing. I mean, people love Veronica Taylor. They don't like the new Ash Ketchum voice actress. They don't like a lot of things. So there were about maybe 3 movies, I think, that came out in theaters. There was Pokemon. I think there might have been 4. Let me think. There was Pokemon the movie, which had a very sad, almost sad ending, but very memorable. Kind of like Superman the movie, where Pikachu saved Ash's life. And then the one I saw was Pokemon the movie 2000, Pokemon 2000. I still remember that one where Team Rocket's like, join now or fight, here we are, fight. I don't remember the damn, to protect the world from devastation, to unite our names, whatever. I can't even remember the damn, the moral that they say or every time, prepare for trouble and make it double. That's all I can remember. But they would say, watch us now in the theaters and fight. And then Ash Ketchum would say, no, that's okay. I'll get it on DVD. Boom. Everybody laughed. And then there was Pokemon the movie 3, in which a little girl talked to Entei. Entei, I think, was Generation 2 or 3. And he would say, that is what you wish. And she had the Donphan slide and everything. It was kind of cool. It was very cool. Then there was Deoxys, and I think that was about it. Everything else might have been just straight to DVD. And there were new episodes in which Misty and Brock would part ways, and Ash would find a new person he would train her. He had a new outfit. I still remember one of the biggest. I mean, there was the episode where Pikachu. I mean, I like the ones that stood out for me were Meowth, how he learned to talk full words, because Meowth is like. Somebody said compared him to Heathcliff. But there was the one where Pikachu was going to part ways with Ash, and that was so sad, right? And then there was the episode where Charizard had to say goodbye to Ash. Now, of course, he said goodbye to Pidgeot, or Pidgey, Pidgeot and Ash parted ways, but it wasn't as sad as Charizard, because Charmander was this sweet little, Pokemon, and then evolved into Charmander, which like blew fire in Ash's face. And then when he became Charizard, it was a big monster, right? But they found this hot spring where all the other Charizard were, and Ash parted ways with Charizard. It was sad almost, because as big a monster as he became, he was still like, it was still some humanity. Even the ones where, just thinking about it, like they were rescuing all those Pokemon and putting them in the Pokemon hospital. There was some good stories. I just don't like the whole like viral collecting. One kid pulled a switchblade on another kid for Pokemon cards in real life. Then there was Pokemon Go. There are those horror stories, and I'm trying to think of other ones. Just the Weezing and Wobbuffet and Ekans, the Team Rocket animals, and the other Team Rocket that were just stupid, but they were smarter than the original Team Rocket, but they were just dumb. They would go to jail really quick, whereas the original Team Rocket deserved to go to jail so many times because they were just causing trouble. So let's go to the next cartoon.
I don't have the energy to start from scratch with a new owner.
Then give us a name.
Ah. Try the has-been. Name is Space Demon.
Yeah, who is it? MIB. He sent you. Great! I knew the calls would start coming in.
Yeah. So I watched the original movie. I don't think I've ever seen. You remember how the first movie ended? That kind of contradicts this cartoon a bit, right? Because at the end of this, Jay goes back to his civilian life, and then there was two in which Will Smith had to bring back Tommy Lee Jones. Then there was a third one. I don't remember seeing the third one. I heard they said just the first one's the best, right? But Kay wanted to retire, so Jay had to make Kay forget everything. Yeah, this was a cool like cartoon. So it's just basically like if Kay never retired, because it was trying to pick up with the movie left off, honestly. And all I can think of right now is Jennifer Lien. Jennifer Lien is kind of laying low after all the kind of turmoil she went through. Beautiful woman. From Star Trek Voyager, but anyway, let's not get too down. So I do remember one of the voice actors was on the Drew Carey show who played Agent J. And then there was Greg Berger who did various voice characters throughout cartoons throughout the 80s and 90s. And originally they had the guy from Red Heat who played Victor, what's his name? The Russian kingpin, So that guy did the voice of Agent K for the first season, and they redrew everything. I'm not sure what was going on. It was going through different changes. There was I can't remember now, but what's his name? He played. He was in Star Trek. He played the Cardassian that tortured Picard. And he played the Klingon High Chancellor from Star Trek VI. That guy did the voice of a villain for MIB, the cartoon. There was a Game Boy Advance game based on the cartoon series. So you had Frankie, you had the aliens that hung around, you had the boss that would normally be played by Rip Torn. It was fine. I enjoyed it. It didn't last long. In some ways, it filled the void left behind by the real Ghostbusters. So if you like the real Ghostbusters, you might like this one. I think Extreme Ghostbusters as well, because Extreme Ghostbusters came and went. So this might be something you might enjoy. If you could find episodes, I think you might be able to find them online. I did not watch all three movies.